Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we'll discuss here the important questions from the story Homesickness by Roald Dahl. Let's begin it. Where was the narrator during his first term when he felt homesick? He was at St. Peter's boarding school. How does the narrator compare homesickness to seasickness? He says that both make you feel awful in the stomach and you'll feel like you want to die, but both are instantly curable. Homesickness ends when you leave school. Seasickness ends when the ship docks. What plan does the narrator come up with to escape school? He decides to pretend as he has acute appendicitis so that he can be sent to home. Why did the narrator think he could successfully fake appendicitis? Because he has seen his elder sister very closely when she suffered from appendicitis. He knows all the symptoms of appendicitis like pain on the lower right side, vomiting, no appetite, and fever. Where was the sister's appendix removed and by whom? It was removed on the nursery table at home by the local doctor and his anesthetist. What unusual item did the children see after the operation? They saw the removed appendix in a glass bottle. Then, what explanation did Nanny give for appendicitis? Nanny said that it was caused by swallowing toothbrush bristles, which stick in the appendix and turn it rotten. What strange story did Nanny tell about German spies and toothbrushes? She claimed German spies in the war planted loose bristled toothbrushes in the shops to give British soldier. I'm extremely sorry. She claimed German spies in the war planting the loose bristled toothbrushes in the shops to give the British soldiers appendicitis. What lasting effect did this story have on the narrator? He became nervous whenever he found a toothbrush bristle on his tongue. Then, how did the narrator behave when he approached the matron? He clutched his stomach on the right side and he staggered in, pretended that he was suffering from a terrible pain. What did the matron accuse the narrators initially? She accused him of overeating currant cake. How did the narrator try to convince the matron he was truly sick? The narrator claimed he had not eaten for days and yelped when she touched his stomach. He said he had been vomiting since morning. Then, what made the matron start to believe the narrator? His mention of being sick all morning and continuous pain, which made her hesitate and she had to call doctor. What did the doctor find when he examined the narrator? The doctor found that the narrator's temperature was normal and his stomach did not feel inflamed, but the narrator still yelped at the right time to fool him. So he used to cry whenever he used to put his hand on the right side of the stomach. What news did the matron give after the doctor's visit? She told him that his mother was coming to fetch him this afternoon that afternoon. How did the narrator feel after hearing he was going home? He was ecstatic inside, but continued to pretend that he was ill. He was ill, not sorry. He was pretending to be ill. How did the narrator travel home from school? He traveled on a pedal steamer across the Bristol Channel. What mistake did the narrator nearly make after getting home? He almost forgot to act ill because he was so happy to be home. Who was the doctor that examined him in Cardiff? Dr. Dunbar. How did Dr. Dunbar catch the narrator faking his illness? He noticed the boy's stomach was soft and normal, which would not be the case with the real appendicitis. What did Dr. Dunbar say about the narrator's condition? He said the boy was faking because his symptoms were not genuine. How did the narrator react when confronted by Dr. Dunbar? He admitted the truth and he said nothing in his defense. What explanation did Doctor give for the narrator's behavior? He said the boy was probably homesick, which was common at first. What did Dr. Dunbar say about life and toughness? He said, life is tough, and the sooner you learn to cope with it, better. What did Dr. Dunbar promise to tell the school? He said he would tell them the narrator had a severe stomach infection and he was taking pills, and he allowed him to stay home for 3 more days. What warning Dr. Dunbar gave the narrator? He warned the narrator not to try such tricks again and not to cause trouble for his already burdened mother. What promise did the narrator make at the end of the story? He promised never to try anything like that again. Why did the narrator want to go home so badly? Because he felt devastatingly homesick and couldn't bear being away from his family and home environment. How did the narrator imitate his sister's symptoms of appendicitis? He clutched his right side, claimed he hadn't eaten, and he said he had been sick all morning and yelped his stomach was touched. How does the narrator describe the matron physically and behaviorally? He describes her as loud and intimidating, with a massive bosom and queered like a gigantic blank mange when she spoke. How does the narrator feel about the matron? He sees her as a foul and beastly, but he acknowledges that she was still trained enough not to risk a medical emergency. What role did imagination and storytelling play in the narrator's childhood? His nanny's bizarre stories like toothbrush bristles causing appendicitis deeply influenced his beliefs, showing childhood imagination and naivety shaped his understanding of the world. What does this story reveal about childhood fears? It shows that children often fear separation, pain, and punishment, and may go to treat to great lengths to avoid uncomfortable and unfamiliar situations. How does the story reflect Dahl's typical writing style? Humor, exaggeration, strong character descriptions. What does Dr. Dunbar's reaction to the narrator reveal about him? Dr. Dunbar is very wise, kind, and understanding. What moral or life lesson does the story convey? It teaches that life can be tough, but we must face challenges instead of running from them. It also highlights the value of honesty and resilience. What does the narrator mean when he says, my heart was singing out with all sorts of wonderful songs of praise and joy? He means he was overjoyed and relieved to be going home, even though he was pretending to be sick outwardly. So this is how I have brought here very comprehensive 37 questions from the story Homesickness. And thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned with Mukesh English. Subscribe करो अगर नहीं किया तो दयविಟ್ಟು subscribe ಮಾಡಿ. Thank you so much.